makes it look easy. Sometimes I think it's held against him. And sometimes he does coast no button. Sometimes he doesn't drive out in the drive phase and puts
bear down, baby.
Quarterbacks. And I think that's something that needs to be coached into.
It needs to be coached into him, but then Canales came from where? Tampa. Who's the number one receiver in Tampa? Mike Evans. You can say that maybe David Canales is looking at Tampa to know his tape. And guys, I've seen this before. We had a lot of success in Tampa with a big body playmaker who was sending money jump balls.
Bear down. I wish I was looking in that mirror like bear down, baby.
T-Mac. And don't underestimate the fact that everyone is talking about Ted McMillan and kind of like the California Bulls. Where's the quarterback? California. So when we talk about the energy, the relationship, and all that, and remember this. Bryce Young played in Florida today. T-Mac played in Certified. They're in the same league. There's some crossover in terms of interacting with each other. To me, that matters. Relationships matter.
How's he ever been? That was with Zero Leggett, who they took last year. Well, Leggett is more of a wide receiver. I mean, he's what you want to do to get between the hashes. He's going to make those tough. I think what McMillan's going to do is try to stretch the field a little bit. You want to runs on a 4-5, he's fast enough. But once he gets down the field, unless you have a double team, it's advantage all the time. So I think you want to play, the Z, and then you get, I would think, Xavier playing the X. I don't know how they want to do it. I think they're confident.
All right, 10. Bears. Bears are picking at 10. Bears are up. Bear down, y'all. Bear down. If the Bears make a good pick, I am about to light one of my joints up.
5 months ago, if you told me that T-Mac is going to be the first wide receiver to take it off the ground, oh, okay. Last couple of weeks, I don't know if I would have said that.
Yeah, but this is what you got to do. Lance will tell you. Yammer in January, put your pen down. Put your notebook in the drawer and leave it alone. Because what happens? We end up going on this long roller coaster and we come right back to where it is. Because everybody that we love at the end of the
Straight
season.
down to one. I don't know.
And look, here's the volleyball stuff. People talk about they didn't get enough time.
Can you imagine being on the other end of that?
He's a legitimate volleyball player, so playing above the rim. Got that nastiness in that dog to him. People don't let the school take school. T-Mac has some dog in him. It just doesn't come out because he's nice. But don't be fooled. This dude can play. He's an animal. He was an animal in high school. He didn't been a dog when he was in Arizona. He is going to be a dog for the Carolina Panthers. He's going to play 100% in those volleyball in Arizona. 100%. No, you see him trying about it.
Hello?
There was a meet the parents moment that was just about to happen on that volleyball.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, that was about to get really, really nasty there. All right, I had speculated.
She's been fine. I haven't talked to her today, but she was good. Yesterday or the day before. Why?
There's been so much speculation about what the Saints are going to do with the 9th overall pick. We know Derek Carr.
Today?
He's not going to be able to start the season. Kellen Moore.
Yeah, they didn't tell me nothing. I'm gonna call I could call my brother and see if he knows.
Should be. I mean, listen, they haven't been happy with Trevor Penny.
Yeah, I think Betty's on the phone with my mom downstairs. My brother was at work still, but I don't know if he's barely getting out right now. I could try to see if I could call Lewis or text him. Because they didn't let me know either. I'm barely finding out now.
If you really want to know the truth, he didn't work out there, but he sure worked out in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'll call Lewis. I'll call Lewis and see if he answers me too. I don't know. Okay, I will. God bless you. Love you.
One of the more intriguing picks is the Saints at number 9. Here's the answer.
With the ninth pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle, Texas.
First season, he's a dude who's had 42 career starts, all at left tackle. Yeah, and I tell you what my favorite game of his was his freshman season when he went up against Will Anderson and shut Will Anderson down.
and I was at that game in Austin, and it was really, really impressive. Now, what I'd like to see is him get better and better and better. I think he's kind of stagnated a little bit as a pass protector, but he's got substantially better as a run blocker. He's got some good dip in his hips. He can really get into blocks with some force. He strains through contact as a run blocker. We voted him into they were one of our finalists in the Joe Moore Awards for the best offensive line in college football. One of the reasons is because this guy, Kelvin Banks, did such a good job of run blocking for that offense. Now, in pass protection, there are some holes. He doesn't have a long strike leader, and sometimes he's a little too passive. He lets the pass rushers get in there and catch. You can't catch. He's not a puncher. Will Campbell is a puncher. He's a catcher. You can't do that with long guys.
The other thing about Kelvin Banks, when we talk about that, we talk about like picking apart athletically.
Yes, he's a high end.
And when you look at the position,
Water. Stay hydrated, y'all.
He fits Kellen Moore because Kellen Moore, he was able to run the field. Kellen Moore was throwing the ball 35 times a game. And so you have to have a premier pass protector to be able to do it. Kelvin Banks Jr. has the footwork and the athleticism and the agility to be able to kind of be that dancing bear that he shot at Barcelona.
All right, you mentioned his time, obviously, most recently winning the Super Bowl with the Eagles. I'll take it even a step back with the Dallas Cowboys. How do you think that those moments and those experiences shape this pick here?
I think so. I mean, look, you got to have an offensive line to do it. If you are a creative play designer, you know that the offensive
Why
line.
the?
You can't get to the sexy part of your play sheet if your quarterback is always on the ground. This gives them a chance to really get to be super creative when it comes to the play design.
Yeah, before we get to the Chicago Bears pick, let's take you out to Green Bay right now for a very special announcement with our colleague Wolf and Laura Rutledge.
Here's our colleague
fans everywhere. Because, boy, do we have an announcement for you, live from the heart of the NFL Draft right here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's right, Colleen. The schedule release marks a pivotal moment in the NFL calendar. It sets the stage for a thrilling season. Yeah, this is where we get to geek out over every single game and bye week, primetime revenge and rematches, those late season divisional dates that end up deciding playoff spots. And who's playing at Lambeau in December? Ooh, we're going to have to find out. You'll find out soon, okay? How about these rookies, the players who are drafted here tonight? When and where do they make their NFL debuts? We're going to find that out as well. Let's not forget the expanding lineup of international games as well as Christmas, Thanksgiving Day. There's so many captivating matchups. It's the best. Yes, because nothing says "Ale cheer" like watching your team destroy another. So, without further ado, everybody, get it together, mark your calendars, set your alarms, the schedule will be dropped.
Bears pick Cortland Loveland. I don't know who that is, but
Lock it in. We can't wait. You can tweet it out.
I would have picked Warren. I would have picked Warren.
Check out all the great content from the NFL team sites, the club social channels around the schedule release. Tune into NFL.
Kind of don't make no sense.
ESPN too much. Full coverage of the thrilling 2025 matchups. May 14th just around the corner. I know. It's basically here at this point. Guys, get ready and buckle up for the greatest season of your lives.
All right, let's call a spade here. You and I had the same reaction. Take out the phone, start looking at the calendar. That's officially over. To draft. Hard enough of vacations of the evaluation. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bears on the clock right now, still figure out who the official pick is going to be. You can see inside that draft room. Do you have some smiles? Or do you expect them to pick? Maybe they move up. They don't. They sit at number 10, and here's the pick.
All right, let's see. The pick's coming in.
Yesterday, the NFL family lost a true legend, Bears Hall of Famer Steve McMichael. My heart is with the McMichael family during this incredibly difficult time. Misty, please know that you are in our thoughts and prayers. Mongo's remarkable contributions to the game and the community will never be forgotten.
Damn.
His legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. 50 years ago, with the fourth pick in the 1975 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears selected one of Steve McMichael's teammates.
Steve McMichael's teammate.
Walter Payton, running back, Jackson State. Walter would go on to rush for nearly 17,000 yards and 110 touchdowns over 13 seasons, all with the Chicago Bears. As you heard earlier, the NFL continues to honor Sweetness not only for his performance and excellence on the field, but also his commitment to give back to his community with the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award. So with the 10th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Colston Loveland, tight end, Michigan.
One of the explosive players in the draft. First time the Bears have taken a first-round tight end since Brett Olsen back in 2007.
So Colston Loveland goes ahead of Tyler Warren. I'm shocked by that. But he really digs into saying it comes down to fit what you like. Remember, Ben Johnson comes from Detroit, but they had Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta was a little different coming out of Iowa because he was a pass-catching playmaking tight end. This guy can do it all. I have him categorized as a flex tight end, meaning he's a jumbo wide receiver. He can go out in the slot, he can go out wide, he can do all these things. But he still has that Michigan toughness that enables him to basically make me a wide tight end. Great pass catcher. And as we're building this offense to elevate Caleb Williams, you have a dominant player over the middle of the field. It should really work for the rest of the team. Look, as a pass catcher, I mean, he's above Tyler Warren. I think where Tyler Warren has him, just barely, is the blocking. But he's a lot like Tyler. He's a lot like Tyler. Very similar body types, very similar release into the routes, same type of ability to separate. You see him right here. Look at this ability to separate. And that's what stands out about Colston Loveland when you watch him. It's the fast routes. He's able to uncover underneath, which is kind of rare for tight ends. But he's got that wiggle.
Loveland, hopefully he could do stuff for us. We're honestly going to need another tight end. With Cole Kmet and this guy, we have to see what this Bears can do.
You just want to know if they're willing. And Colston Loveland is willing to block. Yeah, that player comparison brought to you by Accenture. I also think about Ben Johnson when he had in Detroit with Sam Laporta. These similarities there. We saw what the Jets were doing, grabbing an offensive lineman. You can think about
It's okay, Bears. We doing shit.
Offensive coordinator with the Lions might be thinking the same thing. Yeah, I was back to that real quick. Draft break was December when I watched it. We were in Georgia and we were in a hotel with bed and breakfast. I said, well, I still got to bring the tape. I got lunch. I got some today. And I watched Colston Loveland. I remember it was a Friday night. I turned it on. I watched Colston Loveland. Gosh, what are you doing? I said, I'm watching Colston Loveland is what I'm doing. This guy is really, really good. And I'd already written up Tyler Warren, and I finished with Colston Loveland. And I thought, there's not a huge difference between these two players. They're actually different. One's more of a combination wide, and one is more of a pass-catching tight end. So I remember it's one of those things. I remember where I was when I watched Colston Loveland. Very romantic. Yeah. Turned into the bed. I thought so. What's your wife agree with that assessment? She's a football fan. She understands. She gets it. That's definitely big. The San Francisco 49ers on the clock. We'll get you the pick on the next up draft segment.
Jim, everyone gets a welcome offer. So what you're courtside trying to hit the over, or up here trying to hit the under? Or hit that man with your crook. Oh, yeah, defense. Oh, man, up here with the same thing parlay. Ben and Jim's got your back. Get your welcome offer and play with the Sportsbook Board in Vegas. Holiday seats.
Really? Get up to a $1,500 new customer offer and bonus bets when you sign up now. BetMGM. Download it. That's putting people first. It's always been our thing. That's why Hyundai is committed to keeping our prices the same, with no increase to MSRP. And not just on a few of our vehicles, all of them. That's the Hyundai way.
Chime exists to help everyday Americans make it. When you build your credit to build yourself up. When payday comes on your terms. When your girl math starts mathing. Oh yeah, you're making through. Success doesn't happen overnight. But as you progress, you start to feel it. See, when you're going after something bigger, hustling for something better, hey, you're making it.
What is it? A new boyfriend. So sweet. You just say, oh, that's so lovely here. Thanks for looking at it. Tick-tick. What did you say? Tick-tick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
TechPay, the only major no-fee ticket site with the same seats at better prices.
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster? Sparks are designed to dissolve under the tongue to hit your bloodstream faster than traditional pills, with a new action formula to deliver a stronger boost. Rose Sparks contain caffeine, which lasts longer in your system, so you're ready to go for up to 36 hours. Sparks hit faster and stronger to work longer. Say it with me. Faster, stronger, longer. Sparks. See if Rose Sparks are right for you at rose.co/swip.
Let's go Bears.
Wear Tommy John underwear to invest in your comfort and upgrade your wellness.
Can help us.
I was funny because you talk about the ed class, the class of ed versus coming to the draft and how we expect you to come off the board pretty quickly. What we've seen continues to be an offensive draft, offensive tackles, tight ends, everything. So no matter what we talk about the National Football League, it remains a passing offensive.
PricePick.com.
Nice, let you see it this way. I shouldn't say has to be, but it does feel like the Niners the last couple seasons have had to press getting after the line. Don't we talk about a defensive player with the selection?
Yeah, I mean, they need defensive tackle. I don't know that there's a great fit. Maybe Kenneth Grant here. You have to also remember, and Bucky does a great job of this, bringing drawn lines between things. But I like to usually look at how teams draft their philosophies, and there are traits to big, like long limbs, long arms. Shamar Stewart. Eric Armstead didn't have a ton of production when he came out either. He became a really good player. So they do need defensive line. I'd say that's the favorite here.
All right, let's find out who the pick is. The USO Dakota Air Force Base in Japan is where we go. The Niners selection.
Hello from United States Forces Japan. I'm Sergeant Mitchell Johnson. I'm here with service members of the United States Army, Marine Corps, and Navy. We're proud to announce that this year we're celebrating our 250th anniversary. We're grateful for the opportunity to partner with the NFL Salute the Service and the USO in introducing the San Francisco 49ers 2025 draft pick.
With the San Francisco 49ers draft pick, back to you in Green Bay.
Thank you to our men and women who serve in the United States military.
Thank you to our men and women that did serve for us. Appreciate that.
With the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Michael Williams, defensive end, Georgia.
All right, the selection is good. To be honest with you, I'm going to let Dylan Walker those guys in Georgia take off the board. Despite to me, wide throw.
Well, let's talk about the trade. You talked about trades.
You don't have no plug, right?
No,
I've seen it.
That's cool. I'll stuff a joint.
relentless when it comes to his competitive nature. He does a really good job of just bullying people at the point of attack. And even though he has a repertoire of moves to sequence him to be able to have a signature move and a counter, you can just see that in time, he can develop into a dominant player. And when opposite Nick,
Fair down.
he's going to have a chance to kind of feast on some of those dropping sacks on the backside.
Yeah, I watched a lot of tape because
Coach Tim
Georgia,
Loving.
first of all, you rotate a lot of Georgia, so you don't really get the rhythm the whole lot. So what they want to do, they want to play a lot of
Come
plays. You watch
Come
them lined up as a 5'10".
Come on, up here.
Just a shade out of the
Come
over the tackle. The tackle's outside eye. He's not nearly as effective.
Good boy.
Those guys are. When they allow
That's my boy. That's my son, Chaos. My favorite boy right here.
But if they did that, he really creates speed and power. He's got a little swipe and step move that is very effective. He flashes it. So he's putting things together. The ingredients are there. Cake is not baked, but the ingredients are all out there.
We live watching the draft. Come see the reactions of all the teams getting whoever they want in the draft. You know me. I'm just always supporting the Bears. Bear down.
Guys, you don't want to see the ceiling already be reached. Makes
Chaos.
sense here at 11. Well, I think so. Okay, so yeah, I thought the Saints could go Michael Williams at 9.
Here's another production where you can justify it, but like the traits that they're invisible, and this is one where the GM has to scout the coaches. Who's going to have their hands on who's responsible for developing them? Chris Cassari is one of the best line coaches that you'll find. They can certainly get him to go to another level.
America's team, Dallas Cowboys. They're on the clock. Here's the pick.
With the 12th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker.
Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker. Guard from Alabama to Dallas. That's kind of crazy. Is it unpredictable? No.
He retires, and you get a bully here. Tyler Booker is an absolute bully.
Go ahead, move, Kev.
He's necessarily the most talented.
All right, I'm parking right here, bro. So,
But Tyler Booker is a
yeah, I'm gonna have to look up some Colts and highlights tonight.
for all of Alabama, not just the offensive line, not just the offense, but the entire team.
Gotta move around
When
because
things
shit,
need
this
to get
is.
right, the coaching staff would say, if Booker would go to them and say, I'll make sure everything gets right. We get things handled here on the field. You can't say enough about having an offensive lineman who has that
Old lineman every year, yeah.
big, he's got long arms, and he is a very, very physical player as well. So some of it is mentality when you draft a player. Some of it is you want mentality. I know the Texans have to be throwing that player. But Tyler Booker's gone off the board, and I'm sure they would have loved his mentality there.
I mean, certainly we love his mentality. The rest, connected shots.
Booker's a good guy.
Marty is the son of Marty Schottenheimer. Marty Schottenheimer is famous for Marty Ball. Marty Ball is a physical brand of ball who will run the ball at you between the tackles. Well, if you know you got, you know
He's gonna do good in Dallas. We don't know. I'm a Dallas fan. Ever since CeeDee Lamb said something about the Bears, I say fuck them.
And when you're the Dallas Cowboys, and the way that you have to close the gap with your defense, so if those guys have more finesse and more explosiveness, you're going to have to make every game a street fight. And the only way to do that, you got to be able to play in the phone booth. Tyler Booker loves playing the game in the phone booth.
Okay, so do we have answers here? I'll look at the last 3 first-round picks for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I wonder where Mike Green is gonna go. Mike Green.
It's been a problem. You got a bunch of Tylers.
That's what they do. I don't know what they're going to put on the back of the like. This is going to be tough in the O-line. When you call them.
Hold on, let me see some.
You guys give everyone nicknames. But when the Cowboys are great, it's because their offensive line is dominant. I mean, it's the offensive line, but it's the running back. I would expect in the second round because they get dominant running back to go behind the offensive line. They win when they are able to lead the league in rushing.
And they've gotten away a little bit from the offensive line stuff. They wanted to, but it just hasn't been as dominant over the last few years. But Tyler Booker gives them a chance. He's a real downhill. He's not going to be a lot of pull and get into space like we saw at Armand Membou. There's some other players who will do that. But when you have him, you're going to get downhill and you're going to get physical. He can neutralize powerful defensive tackles at the point of attack. But think about this. The division he's playing in has some really good defensive linemen in Philadelphia. You got to beat Philadelphia. They got some really talented defensive linemen, including Jalen Carter. And the Giants. And the Giants, too, so you need strong players at the point of attack.
Yeah, I just got to throw that out there. I'm going to throw this out there because the Miami Dolphins are on the clock. If I'm not mistaken, Ian Rappaport, who was Garofalo, one of those guys that said, hey, Miami was willing to move down. It started to feel like this is going to be a quiet day. I would classify as a blockbuster to move up to the second overall pick. And I get it, it was only a few selections between the Jags and the Browns. But Miami, we're not seeing a whole lot of trades here. Is it fair to assume like this is going to be maybe obviously one more could happen, but there's not going to be a whole lot of movement for a lot of these franchises?
I think so. I think it's player driven. A lot of times the trades are player driven, meaning the talent is such that you want to go up and get the blue chip player. We talk about 5 or 6 blue chip players in this draft class. Those guys are off the board early, except for probably one who's still available. And so when you don't have those guys, yeah, you may move up, but typically you move up to get a blue chip player, something that is a game changer. Really good players, I can say that it was a game changer that's available to make.
It also depends on Miami's in a unique position. Because they need a safety and they need a defensive lineman. And this isn't really the spot to draft those positions. Not necessarily. It'd be very early for safety and a little bit early for the next defensive tackle.
Yeah, maybe that's a reason why Miami was
All right.
eager.
Miami's on the board. Let's see who they pick.
Have it, who the pick is going to be. It's still to come here on Draft Center, presented by FedEx.
We can still get an RB later. At 72, though? Really? You want to go 72? I wouldn't want to go that far down. Yeah, he's downstairs with Mom. Grandma was in the Espital. Yeah. Louis. They're there now.
Just buying a $250 runway ready matching set and a gold print for $72. You're buying this $250 lingering look from a woman with a complimentary Prosecco for $72.
We were born on the battlefield and answered the call when America needed us most. The Jeep brand has always stood for American freedom. Now, with the Freedom of Choice pricing program, visit your local dealer to choose your offer, cash incentives, or employee pricing for all. Jeep, America's most patriotic brand.
With Freedom of Choice pricing, well-qualified lessees can lease the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee
Nice,
for $1,000 for $399 a month. See your Chicagoland Jeep brand dealer today.
Hit luxury, the Dallas Splurge, with Taco Bell's new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Breakage boxes. There's the $5 Classic box, the sauciest ever. The $7 Supreme box.
Alright, I'll be right back.
And the $9 Discovery box brings even more indulgences, like the Cantina
Give me
Chicken.
one second. Watch out.
It's the box you want. For less. Choose your $5, $7, and $9 Lux Breakage box only at Taco Bell.
This Mother's Day, luxury is how Mom defines it. Of course, you might define it a few ways. Celebrate Mom luxuriously with the perfect gift this Mother's Day. Only at Jared Jewelers.
For millennia, this ring has meant the same extraordinary journey. From the clouds above Fiji to a sustainable artesian aquifer deep within the earth. It's not just wonder, it's
Draft Center, Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, the site of the draft, the Miami Dolphins on the clock along with Lance Erline, Bucky Brooks, Mike Amatthew. It is time for the roundup presented by Roundup for Lawns. Yeah, we saw some movement here. Not at the top. The Tennessee Titans doing exactly what we thought, which was take a quarterback named Cam Ward, who goes from a 0-star high school recruit to the #1 overall pick in the draft. Now, going at number 2 is Travis Hunter. That was the surprise. The surprise was it was the Jacksonville Jags making that selection. They moved up to 2, leaving Cleveland Browns at number 5, where they drafted Mason Graham to help out that defensive line. Let's take it back down to Green Bay.
With the 13th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan.
All right, we were going back and forth with this selection. Lance, you told me, hey, safety might be the spot, but a little too early for that. They still go with the big boy up front, though.
Yeah.
Kenneth Grant.
They needed defensive line. In my mock, I had Walter Nolan, but in the one right before, I think I had Kenneth Grant. I mean, it was just a matter of was Walter Nolan on the board for you? If yes, then you're going to pick him. If not, Kenneth Grant. You look at the roster, and it's simple. This is another one of these teams that is really desperate for defensive line. And I have to be honest, I think the tape is a little up and down for Kenneth Grant. But when he's right, he can be dominant. And people at Michigan, inside their building, told me if he plays at the highest level he's possibly playing at, he will be the best player to take out of this draft. And that includes, his teammate, obviously, Mason Graham. We know he's just a rock star player.
Bears picked up a tight end. I don't even know. They didn't pick up the guy at you. They got everybody to talk shit. Hell no, we better not pick him, dog. We better not pick him. My nigga is better than anybody else in the fucking right now. On the street part. No, in the group chat with these niggas. With everybody in the group.
Simona's getting finally enough water that she needs for Nolan to get better.
Yeah, I know, right?
Look at Big Crab run. Big Man trying to get out there with those high knees. Trying to take it back on the scoop and score. Oh, look at the ball. How about Big Crab? If I know that, I'd pull him off the wall. Hey, I gotta tell you, I think that probably the Chargers are super excited to get Grant went this early because
Bear down.
Two Michigan guys are off the board. Michigan guys are off the board. That's it. The first round of Michigan guys.
No crash out. It's okay. Bears did okay. This is a good tight end, not a worse tight end.
Like, how much push and pull is there for a head coach when that's what he does and they go defensive?
Well, a lot of the conversation with Mike James is this going to have to give me the ball? Because if you can give me the ball, more opportunities there. Hey, I'm about it. And so that's the push and pull. But he understands and knows the weakness of the team. The head coach has known the entire squad.
The Indianapolis Colts on the clock. The pick is in. The 14th overall selection go to Commissioner Roger Goodell.
With the 6 in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State.
Lance told me this is a dude. And he goes to an Indianapolis Colts team that's still trying to figure out QB1.
I think they've got to be really excited here. They had two of their needs. The big needs, I think, were right guard and tight end. And when Colston Loveland went off the board and the board started to fall the way that it fell, looked like Tyler Warren was going to get to the Colts. I thought it was going to be interesting to see if they could go guard or Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, to me, is an extremely safe player. He is ultra competitive. They're very creative in stick rush with how they use them. And it just shows his competitiveness. Like, give me
Yeah, relax.
and I'll give you your first down. Short, that's fine. I'll do that. He's got really good ball skills. He kind of gets lost a little bit. Some of the catches he can make. He makes difficult catches through contact, very good in combat catch situations. But what I really like about him is right here, he's really good at
Girl,
got
girl.
I got the pop from the neighborhood Chivas.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to get churros, but there weren't any.
Oh, I was about to say there were
It's too late.
Yeah.
Dallas Clark, for that for a long time. That's not going to be one that's fair.
Two.
So he's going to find another.
We're gonna be running 2 tight ends a lot now. Just like Ben Johnson does. I don't hate that Loveland came to us at number 10 because that was, in my opinion, no one that I've been watching picked him.
You know what I really like is that when you think about this, way back in the day, Troy Aikman had Jano.
Yeah, I would have picked Tyler Warren from Penn State, but
I can't remember who the quarterback was for Tony Gonzalez. Who was over there with Kansas City?
I mean, they had a few, like,
Tyler Warren goes to the Colts. We could have traded that to go down for this pick to pick the who we picked. What?
How's the Tyler? Ooh, from Penn State.
Yeah, to the Colts.
I told you. Did I tell you my cousin went to Penn State?
No.
You excited though? Did you like the team he went to?
No, I'm talking about the Bears. Don't care who go to the team.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the person that was on the screen.
I want him for the Bears, but he didn't go to us. We picked some other tight end. A guy I don't even know. But it's fine.
She's like, what?
Oh, who, Tina? You thought it was food.
Get up to a $1,500 new customer offer at Bonus Bets when you sign up now. BetMGM. Download and bet.
All right.
First. It's always been that thing. That's why Hyundai is committed to keeping our prices the same. With no increase in MSRP. And not just a few of our vehicles. All of them. That's the Hyundai way. Chime exists to help everyday Americans make it. When you build your credit to build yourself up, when payday comes on your terms, when your girl math starts mathing, oh yeah, you're making it. Success doesn't happen overnight. And as you progress, you start to fit.
That is true.
Something better. Hey, you're making it.
Bro, you're good.
I did tell you something, but forget it. I won't tell you. And I still won't tell you. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I heard you. You said you didn't want to tell me. Chaos. Relax.
Oddly, Mona's beating me right now, but I'm turning it off because I think there was an accident.
Huh?
When I was walking over there, Mona kind of like bit my hand a little bit, but I don't even know why. I wasn't giving her any food, but like it wasn't too hard, but like she bit me. But okay, stop.
Versace, bright crystal. Amazing to fragrance destination.
Sitting on my jersey and shit.
To the Chicago Bears earliest in drafts, 2 tight ends have been selected in the common draft era. So once again, this is a well thought out group here, and why not? Let's link with the bat too, guys.
How about that? Like just being able to play a little baseball. He took off all in his background. I had the quarterback stuff in high school, but now little series hero.
Oh, that's Tyler Warren. Oh, he's
Straightaway center shoulder.
He wants to go tall at 40.
I was just gonna say, that age range of like 10, 11, 12.
gang. What up, eh? You got Tyler Warren went to the Colts. I wonder what they're gonna do with him. The Colts don't have a good quarterback that much either, so they have Anthony that rookie. What's his name? I forgot his name. Richardson. Yeah, Richardson. He's okay. Don't get me wrong, but the O line that they have, they got a lot of work to do. We're gonna see who care. What is it? Atlanta's on the clock right now. He ain't no Caleb Williams. No, he ain't. And everybody been saying that dude Richardson's gonna be a good ass wide running quarterback. He's gonna be amazing. He's gonna be the best in the draft. Look at him now. Colts weren't even that good last year. They only got what? I'll say they only got 2 good wide receivers, Pittman and Alec, that guy, and then the running back, Jonathan Taylor. That's the only people they got that are really good. The quarterback's okay. The line's not that good, but we're gonna have to see. I'm watching another guy that's streaming that's talking about the pick that we had and the pick 10. He said everybody that's hating the draft pick that we made is actually probably a good thing for us because every time we love a pick or every time we're happy that we picked the 10 pick or whatever pick we're at and we pick somebody and we're so hyped on him, they do bad. So us feeling not so hyped on this guy and if he does good, that's actually a positive. We're going to have to keep doing that, having that negative vibe. So when it comes to it and he is amazing, we'll be like, oh shit, we were wrong. Hey, give that positive vibe now. Woo! But yeah, this is going to be a little like Kevin White pick. Oh shit. Oh, they're coming up. 15 pick right here. Let's see. Hey, A-Train, who you think is gonna pick? Who's gonna pick Mike Green? You think anybody's gonna pick him? Is he gonna go in the top 20? I don't know, man. I have no. Jalen Walker to Atlanta. I'll say, look, the guy, Mike Green, he's a great player, but the only thing that is bad is the allegation on him. Is that that little allegation with the whatever sexual allegations or some shit with him. So honestly, what's going on with him? That's the only problem that's bringing him down. Talking shit about what he did or doing something to somebody. It's always a he/she say in this world, but I don't know if they're trying to just diminish that guy and fuck his draft pick up, or if it really did happen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think he might get drafted, maybe late, if and only if the team really feels positive on this guy. Like if they feel like, yeah, I feel like that he's getting wrongfully accused or some shit, blah blah blah, shit like that. Then yeah, here, grab the chair. Grab the chair, baby.
I was just trying to do that so I didn't spell.
Yeah, no, but it's okay. I'd rather have you sitting than squatting.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Because you're going to hurt yourself. And plus, the dog's going to be jumping on you. I know what you meant. Do that later. The Browns will get him. He'll fit in the Deshaun Watts. I'll say yeah, maybe. But to be honest, this is just me being honest. I could see him. I'm trying to see the picks. I'm trying to remember who's where, but to tell you the truth, I think he either might be around the 20 to 35 pick. Around those range, he might get picked. He is a dominant defensive player, but just like I said, that allegation that's going around is just fucking him over. And in this draft, there are not a lot of like great quarterbacks. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of great wide receivers. This draft pick, there's a lot of good running backs, I'll say. Running backs and a few good defensive line and offensive line. That's the only thing I see good this year. So for us, I would say we will need, for our picks 39 and 40, we need a running back and we need either another offensive line to help Braxton out, because he's still, I don't know if he's hurt or not, but we need him to get better, and we also need to make sure we get an extra safety because, dude, we need that. Corner or some shit. Show Stevenson that we're not playing. He can't be fucking around talking to the crowd. And I like Stevenson, so I'm not gonna say I don't like him, but
well, I was really worried about all the injuries for Michael Penix. We forget Michael Penix had a tremendous amount of. He was a 5th-year, 6-year player, 5th-year player, a 6-year player, 3-season-ending injury. That conversation was different with Michael Penix. I had him a little higher because when I saw him in the fifth.
Bear down, baby. Let me fix my hat.
He was phenomenal, and that kind of lets you know what.
Bear down, baby.
But that's a good question because it was such a deep quarterback draft last year. But Michael Penix, to me, Shador's just on the outer portions of this year's draft. So Michael Penix was right there. But obviously the Falcons like him a little bit more. And I had Bo Nix was the only quarterback the only other quarterback I had him.
He's a very fluid mover.
We've only seen one trade. Arizona right now on the clock. Just for context, since we were talking about quarterbacks, but Arizona here, Cincinnati, Seattle, Tampa Bay, Denver. None of those teams taking quarterback as the Pittsburgh Steelers. So when you start talking about Moore Sanders, Jackson,
that's the only spot we're talking about right now is Pittsburgh. That's the only one we know that. Yeah, sure, he's a quarterback.
And Bobby Arizona Cardinals, we know they got Kyler. They're willing to Arizona to help them out.
With the 16th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals.
Who did the Arizona pick? Walker Nolan.
Mississippi.
Walker Nolan. DT, defensive tackle. And I'm telling you, defensive tackle, the top 10, 20 offense and defense is mainly working for whoever needs it. These guys need a defensive tackle. Bear down. Tequila and pizza, yeah.
the ability to make consistent penetration versus the run game and the pass. And then he's just so athletic. There is so much that he brings to the table. The defensive line coach, man, he is elevating
Thank you,
that
A-Trade, for tuning in. Sending us some comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 comments. Thank you. 10 comments for the 10th pick. The Bears. I was about to say Green Bay. FGB. Fuck Green Bay. Fuck Green Bay. Bear down. Bear down.
But you have to be okay with there's some questions about maturity. That's the only reason he wasn't one of the top 6 picks in this year.
Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals were on the clock might be cringing because they know they needed some help on the defensive side. Nolan might be the guy that they were considering with that pick. Which direction are they going to go? The next attack is coming up next. Is just some of the sights and sounds. Who's the sight? What's happening in Green Bay?
Wear Tommy John underwear to invest in your comfort and upgrade your confidence. Playing around, playing horse, or just a little horseplay. Tommy John's innovative underwear and undershirts elevate every moment with premium fabrics. Fabrics that are breathable.
Damn, I was about to say thanks, A-Trade, for the 10th comment. I spelled comment wrong. Of course.
All models welcome. Go to TommyJohn.com now for 20% off your first. We were born on the battlefield.
It's okay, you try. Autocorrect sucks.
Right? I'm typing all fast and shit. But hey, if you would have left it at 10, that was 10 comments you left for 10th pick.
But we
that was the 10th pick.
Still appreciate the extra comment.
Of course, that's my boy. Hello, Jacob Long said Bears pick is terrible. Hey, I'm hearing that in the other stream that I'm watching as well. People are commenting, yo, that was the worst pick. Bears fumbled. End of the day, let the people talk shit and let this guy work his ass off to show this everybody in Chicago that he's going to earn this spot. He's going to have to be tight end 2 because the tight ends that we got, Cole Kmet's our tight end 1, regardless. But our other 2 tight ends that we just picked up, I don't really feel confident with them. Maybe the tight end from the Dolphins or whatever that guy, maybe him. But anybody else, not really. There you go, cuz. What is it? I'm passing it to you virtually. Pass, yes. But like you said, yes, we gotta see how our new coach uses this man. Bless you, Cass. Bless you.
Are you okay?
Yeah, he's good. He got a tough jaw. You okay? You got a tough face. Dana, you better. That's the only thing we don't like. You get in people's faces like that. But I just say if we seen what he did with Detroit and shit, he uses a lot of tight ends. So he's gonna use tight ends a lot. So that's why he used this pick for tight end. Now we got to see what running back he likes. I like the guy Hampton, or I would like the guy Scatterboo. Those are the 2 running backs that I really like right now in the draft. Those are the 2 guys, Hampton and Scatterboo. I heard of the other running backs. They're pretty good too. I heard a few of them. I think one from Ohio. I forget his name. But I could just be honest. Hopefully, our next pick is a running back to pair with Swift. We do need somebody to pair with Swift. Swift is not going to be able to just. Swift is not going to be able to just keep running it by himself. So we need either another running back or we need like a lineman. Yeah. Yeah. I would say, man, I'm trying to think of what lineman's still out there. And I seen Will Campbell Will Campbell, right? He went to the Patriots. I was exuded for that one. I wasn't even streaming for that yet, but when I seen that pick, I'm also a fan for the Patriots. They're doing good. You seen Tom Brady's ass take Ashton Genty from us, fucking douche. But can't be too mad. All I could do is say bear down. I'm happy with our pick right now. It's a tight end. Somebody that our coach uses a lot, that position. So I don't feel it's a waste of a pick. I don't feel like it was a bad pick. Like one of the streamers said that I'm watching, it's not the pick I would have picked, but it's still a good pick. What happened?
The song that they're playing.
Oh, yeah, that's because of the Bengals.
Sweet Caroline.
Khalil Herbert is still over there. Bring him back. If we don't draft a tight end, bring back Khalil Herbert. I'll take him back. You know, fuck it. He knows Chicago. The Bengals, wow, my dumbass can't even say this. Yeah, the Bengals, right? Yeah, the Bengals just picked Shamir Schwartz. Shamir Schwartz. What?
I said Shamar.
Shamar Schwartz? Shamar.
Be Shamir if there was an E at the end.
Shamar Schwartz. These guys do need defense, edge,
all I'm
rusher.
gonna say is at least they kind of work on the pronunciation before they say it. Because he said it, Shamar. He said Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, I did, but then I just kept reading it all together.
No. But like I'm saying, they said it right.
The people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they always have to. They study the name. They have to.
Sadly, they don't do that at graduation.
Damn, for real?
College graduations, no.
So, like, if you understanding this draft, most of these people right now are getting. Yeah. Most of these people right now are getting drafted, but they're mostly either a defensive tackle, an edge, or. Yeah, like that's all I'm seeing is defensive players getting picked up right now. All after all the other players, the top three, and that shit that had me confused. The Browns, they snapped, going back to fifth to get number 5 pick and get 3 extra picks, and that extra pick, one of them is for next year's first round. Dude, they're smart. Cleveland is definitely coming next year for another first round, so they could get a quarterback, because they do need a quarterback. So they're doing smart. They're thinking smart. They kind of fucked us over, because if they would have never did that, the Bears probably would have been able to talk to the Jags, maybe, and been able to get that spot and got Ashton Genty. But we would never know, because fucking Cleveland fucked it up for us. Oh, crazy. But it's okay. I ain't hating. Ashton Genty, glad you did not go to Green Bay. Fuck them. But let's see. Let's see what we do. Honestly, big fan of us needing an offensive line, because to be honest, we have been terrible in the offensive position. So yes, that is a new main thing we do need. Work on our offense. But to say that we picked a tight end in draft first pick, like they said, we haven't done that since what? Since we had what's his name? What's his fucking dude's name? Greg Olsen. I think that was the last time we had a tight end at our first pick for round 1. Greg Olsen. So to be honest, this is something that I don't know. We kind of actually needed to wake up and say, hey, yo, We kind of need another tight end. We need somebody. So we just got to see what we can do with this player. I am not hating. I just am hesitant because that wasn't a pick. I didn't even know this guy at first. Um I didn't even look this guy up that much. Main people I was looking up was Ashton Genty, Abdul Carter. Even though those guys were always going to be top 5 pick, I always wanted just to look into them because those were the best players on the board. Now, that's what we got to do is just keep getting the best players on the board. But also, since we're like 39 and 41 or some shit, we have to think about what position we also want to draft for. Those are 2 main things: seeing who's the best on the board and seeing who's available for the position that we need. Now, if we're gonna shorten it up and say best player available for our needs, then that's also a good thing. But what if that player is not the best player in the board? Like he's like bottom 30 and we got still like 20 other people that are still better than that guy in different positions. What are we going to do? And that's why it's hard to have these choices, but it's also fun because you do a lot of studying and looking at the playbooks and looking at how they play. Hell yeah, we definitely need to make sure we do great at the draft. So a lot of studying and a lot of looking at what we need is the best. But wanting and needing something is totally different. It's either we want him or it's someone we need. It's never going to be able to someone we want and need. No, it's only if we, like they do, we move up. If we trade draft picks and go up, then maybe we'll be able to get what we want and what we need. But right now, we don't need to do that right now. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, the Bears should move up a little bit." I don't know. We got to see. Since I think Denver is number 20th draft pick, 21 or some shit. I'm really looking at them to see who they pick because they need a running back. So me looking at them, hopefully they don't pick Scatterboo or Hampton because honestly, I kind of want them. So I do want an offensive lineman, but to be honest, I think a lot of the linemen are going to be still out there for a little bit at 41. There's a lot of guards getting taken, defensive tackles, and edge rushers that are getting taken right now at the top, at the teens area. So, to be honest, I'm not hating these draft picks right now with all these other players, all these other teams picking people that they need. Not just because of what they want, it's something that they need. I thought, and I'm going to say this straight up, I thought Dallas was going to go for a running back right now, but they went for a defensive tackle. So it's honestly in the air right now. We got to find out. We got to find out what we do.
Yeah.
Get down. You're spotting. Get down.
We gotta find out.
Stay down, okay? Stay. I didn't. My dad just told me that. I don't even know. That's why I got white on. I don't want nothing on it, right? Nothing on it. She's like not looking. It's okay. Chat, tell me if I got something in the back. I don't know, cause
You got nothing. That's why I'm not even looking.
Yeah, because you're not looking. So how can I believe if I got nothing? But yeah. Devin Hester was at Soldier Field today. For the whatever the draft over there in Chicago, Soldier Field. He was there. I was hearing it on the radio earlier today. That they had him there. He was talking to them.
For $60.
So yeah, I am happy. I just want to see what we do. I'm ready for fucking football already. Like, I'm always gonna be like bear down. Just this year, hopefully they do way better than last year. Last year, I was excited to have Caleb Williams. Just hated our fucking coach. And Matt Eberflus, nothing wrong with you. Just stay next time. Just stay in your lane. Defensive coach, stay there. You're a great defensive coach. Don't move. Just stay there because you fucking up a lot of positions and a lot of players because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So Matt Eberflus, thank you for trying, but next time just stay as a defensive coach. No head coach, bro. It was just too much for you, bro. You were probably fucking over there stressing. And your ass got all that white hair because you're stressing, not knowing what to do. And you fucked up when we played over there in Washington. You fucked up. That's what I got to say. Washington, that was a game we should have won. You fucked up. You weren't on our team telling them, being on their ass like, yo, you fuck up. I have no problem going to look for someone else to take your spot. Okay. And I'm not here to say anything crazy, but I'm here to say, if I can, I would have just told them, hey, look, we're not taking you out of Chicago. We want you to move down to defensive coach again. That's where you were good at. That's where you're going to stay at. Fuck it, I'm glad with the defensive coach we got anyways. But I'm just mad that they gave him the shot to be head coach. He was doing so bad, and they wanted to cut him mid-season. I would have just told him, yo, look, just step down, be a defensive coach. We're looking for a new head coach. I appreciate you for trying to be a head coach. But he's right now a defensive coordinator for someone else, right? I forgot what team, but as long as he's somewhere. He's getting used. But yeah.
Yeah. To be clear here, like, you think Pittsburgh's taking a quarterback?
I mean, I think so, but
But this shit's crazy.
All right. Well, we still got a couple more picks before we get there.
So
Tampa Bay.
let me ask you, A-Train, do you think what round is it gonna stop at for this today, day one? Does it just stop at round one? Because I know we got 7 rounds, so I always forget how the draft goes. Like, this is like the first time I really watched the draft from the beginning instead of just watching it where the Bears pick. Oh. Emeka Ibuka going to the Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's now got 3 crazy ass wide receivers with this guy from Ohio State.
he's really been rising in the process. I think once coaches got into the process, coaches sometimes
9:20 Central.
Or they prioritize different things. Ibuka is a team-first player. He is one of those players who is very, very clean. He checks a lot of boxes. Pedigree. He is polished. He is going to be first in, last out type of work ethic. He is going to be a slot on the next level. You look at what they have right now. You've got Godwin is there at the slot right now. Jalen McMillan is outside. I mean, you could make the argument, why are you drafting a wide receiver? Well, obviously, they know they have to score to win at the highest level.
Tampa Bay is going to be getting better and better, man, with this wide receivers at least. And I'm telling you, Tampa Bay got a lot of good wide receivers, man. What's his name? Baker Mayfield just got an additional wide receiver in his roster that they're going to use. Tampa Bay is good. And I see them going back to the playoffs this season coming up. I'm telling you right now, the top teams that I see doing good is either Tampa Bay. I'm trying to see who else just did good. I don't. The Titans ain't gonna do shit this year, but they get a good quarterback. The Browns are making some decisions this year and next year. They're gonna be better, way better, because you've seen what they did. They traded their second pick for all those other picks. Smart. Now they got a first round pick for next year, and then if they don't do good this year, they're gonna still get another round. They're gonna stack up because they need a quarterback. So let's see how they do. Thank you for my 2 viewers that are here. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, we just watching the draft, trying to see who they got. Now, this is what we got to watch out for, Bears fans. We got to see who the Browns take. Denver, because if they take one of the running backs that we want, now we got to really be locked in on getting that running back at 39. And I don't have nothing against nobody, but yeah. Yeah, they got Mike Evans. Don't they got what's that dude's name? Godwin? Fucking I'm trying to remember the other guy's name. Or did they let him go free agency? Yeah, Godwin, yep. That's what I'm talking about. Godwin. That dude is a fucking magnificent player. Like, he can make himself get open. Like, he'll clear the lane so he'll get the ball. That's what I can say about Godwin. Mike Evans is just a good deep route thrower. He'll catch it. The new guy that they just got, the Tampa Bay, is a guy that just speed. He'll just find his way open. That's it. So they are a good ass offense. Now they got to work on their defense. Now, if I was them, I'll work on defense for them. If I was them. So now, for us, we got to look at who Denver picks right now. That's the main thing. Jordan Barron to the Denver. Hey, come in. Hold on. Move. Is that our pick or what? I would have picked Tyler Warren. Me too. I don't know. Everybody was talking shit. Josh, why you say that? But yeah, this shit is gonna be a crazy draft day. They even said it was gonna be in the beginning. They said there's gonna be some crazy things coming on tonight. So saying that they're gonna be doing some stuff like that is actually a pretty good idea for us. So my chaos is right there. But yeah, this is gonna be a good draft. Bam. Hello. Welcome to the OG Latino Heat stream 24. We just watching the draft, and I'm just talking about it, trying to see my reactions, my opinions. Hopefully, y'all just come in and tell me what team y'all go for. Me, you already know I'm bearing down. Me, I'm a Bears fan. I'm trying to see what the Denver pick. I don't think they're gonna pick a running back. I just kind of got ruined, but they're gonna die Bears. Yes, sir. A-Train already knows. We are die Bears fans. And if you want, comment who you go for and who you like. They got a CB. Oh, that's good though. That's good for us though. That's good for Bears fans.
an interesting point, though, because two very different types of running backs. You got a hammerhead, you got the dynamic, explosive, three-down guy.
Technology on the cars, you guys are aging yourselves. That's
True.
Bear down, baby. Bear down. I don't know why the draft is fucking delayed.
April is World Wish Month.
Can I have
And
some
the
milk?
NFL is proud
Want
to
some?
support
Or whatever that is.
life-changing wishes that Make-A-Wish
Get some
grants.
gin and juice. Lay back.
One of those wishes
Disappointing.
will be
No,
coming
I'm just kidding.
true.
Wow.
Sam is a 17-year-old Broncos fan.
Wow.
You said.
Freaking alcohol. No, I'm just kidding.
His wish is to announce the first-round draft pick for his
Yeah, I
first
guess.
team.
I'm watching it on Peacock. That's why.
Cheering on Sam as his wish
I
comes
like
true.
his suit.
Take it away, Sam.
Cute.
Let's go, Broncos.
He said, "Let's go, Broncos."
Woo!
All right. With the 20th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft,
Oh.
the Broncos select.
That makes me more sad. Look, I'm just not gonna say it out loud.
What?
I'm gonna stay quiet.
What? What? Make a wish?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm proud of that guy. He just went up there
I was
and make
like,
a wish.
that's so sad. I was like, dude, my dude's dying.
That's
of
happy.
cancer.
Well, they let him get that pick to do that. That's
Yeah,
like
no, that was his dream.
that's a blessing.
I mean, that's
But
awesome.
I think he could still fight it. You never know, but still.
He sees the ball extremely well.
Plus,
Yeah, I
he's
think
not
you're
really
ahead of
smart.
TV, man.
He's got the ability to play outside, to play in the slot, which is the nickel, which is something they need. And he can even play safety. So he's got three-position versatility. He showed tremendous toughness in terms of
The Steelers go Derek Carmen.
not only supporting the run, but coming up and finishing wide receivers after the catch. And the other thing I love about Jahdae Barrett is that he's got really good, click and close, plant and drive. And you see all the ball skills of 8 interceptions, 24 pass breakups for his career. But you got to have instincts, but you got to have a little burst to get to the catch.
What you think about Shadarius Sanders? All right, that guy is pretty good too, Shadarius Sanders. But it's just, would we want to move up to pick him? Because I think he's gonna be one of the next. He's gonna be one of the next players getting picked soon. I know. I'm going right now. I'm probably sorry.
No, I'll do it.
I'm looking through here the rest of this first round. Hampton, I don't
Yo,
as a first round.
I know.
Run to my car real quick.
26.
Just grab my key from the
All right, we got some time there.
Karen Williams is throwing the phone at you.
I mean, you let the air out a little bit. He's like, I'm in there already. Just in case, you know? Sometimes you piss and then you're like, oh, yep. Man, I got to be sure right around.
So basically, Lance is saying on his drive into our studio, with SoFi Stadium that way as our neighbors, he heard something from the fan house.
I mean, the production's off the charts. All about it. Didn't make sense to me, but maybe the Rams want
You're finally at pick 21. I've been waiting for this.
What's the significance of this?
21 because I'm sitting here going a year ago. I watched 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12, and now all of a sudden I got one out of one. I love you. You know who you're talking to. Believe me, I'm with you there 100%. But this is one of the intriguing storylines. Shador Sanders isn't going to be him. It's Jackson Dart was linked to this team. I don't know. Maybe it's Aaron Rodgers who's going to be the guy from Mike Tomlin. But
No Shakur, no Saunders.
Not necessarily the guy that I think I'm comfortable with.
You got that coming there too?
We're going to talk about quarterback.
I have.
You don't
You don't even remember?
I don't remember. There's a point where I haven't bought those from the store.
Bro, I know they all come like fucking I haven't watched it in a while. They're all coming out. Might as well. I haven't got no time big time. You know what I've been noticing early in the morning? Early in the morning.
Have I ever told you I thought about
What?
nothing?
With the 20,
No, yeah,
the
nothing.
2025 NFL Draft,
Walter Payton.
Steelers select Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon.
Okay, so as I've been telling you guys for hours leading into the draft,
Drake Hanman. Harmon.
Did you have this? No, but I had Shador in the 20s this whole time. So you did have the 29 on mine. And I said, come on.
No. He was. I had Mach 1.0.
There you go, my brother. For you, my friend. Take it, and have fun. They don't like his attitude? Well, not everybody's going to get liked, you know. But at the end of the day, I think he would get like molded. He would get better. He would get checked on that with the attitude problem if he did, because Ben Johnson, they will not play with that. There's not no you're not coming to a Matt Eberflus area where you're gonna be able to get away with shit like that. You're not. You're gonna get checked at the door if he does stupid shit like that. Now, if he has attitude with how he's gonna be, like how he plays and like being aggressive and just showing off like that he's not gonna be a starter, that's where he's gonna have to be aggressively better and just show off his talent. Now the attitude is probably gonna still be a little bit there because everybody wants somebody that has a little bit of that swag, a little bit of that whatever, bro. I'm not worried about you. But to a certain extent, we're gonna need him to level up. What he reminds me of is Stevenson, our cornerback or safety or whatever that guy we got. How he was lacking, like with the fucking with talking to the crowd. A little bit of childish, but he's gonna have to grow out of it. So if we think we could get him out of that like attitude stage and just start being the one that's positive, like, yo, I think we're gonna do good, or I'm gonna be a better person, I'm gonna change, attitude's gonna be more positive. We have to see. But I am not gonna doubt him. He's a great player. Just gotta see if he's a great player for us. I'll just say what we do for the draft is we better start picking good. So when does it go to the next day? I think draft round 3 or 2? Because I'm trying to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. We put 2, and 3 on third night. We do 2 rounds this night, 2 rounds the next night, and then the other 3 nights and the third night. Is that how it is? I don't remember, honestly. It's been a while since I watched the draft. But I am here. This is a different attitude because I am going to definitely want to do better. Do better at what's it called? Picking up who we want, and also just how our level of players are. You know, I like everybody we got. I like the extension that we had with what's his name? TJ Edwards. I like the extension we got with what's that guy's name? I think it's our CB or somebody that we extended a little bit ago. at the same time, both of them, I'm glad we extended those contracts with those guys because we're gonna need them for next year because we're trying to go all out this year to see if we could really make something of ourselves. If we could be positive, Bears are looking up. We're going to playoffs. Even if we just go to a playoff, I don't care. It's been a while since we've been in a playoff. We need that opportunity to say, hey, look, we were in that playoff. We knocked somebody off that think they deserve, but we deserve that spot. Regardless, I'm bearing down all day, every day.
Could be the replacement in a couple seasons for the future Hall of Famer. Meanwhile, the Los Angeles Chargers are
The Chargers are up.
overall. Coach Harbaugh, you got to imagine, guys.
Coach Harbaugh. I wish we had that coach too, but it's okay. We got Caleb Williams. We got what's his name? Johnson. Ben Johnson.
They want to dictate the terms to the opposition. Amari Hampton would appear to be a great fit if he's at 22. Like this.
Beer boots.
Well, because I'll tell you why. How about the fact that you need maybe a little bit more wide receiver help, and Matthew Golden's on the board. You need quarterback help, and Will Johnson, former is on the board. Ben Herbert, the strength coach, knows all about what his speed numbers are and all the things that other guys don't know because he never ran.
Oh, third of the draft for round one.
Yeah. Whatever it was. So, you know Will Johnson. You recruited Will Johnson. You know what his athletic numbers are that other people may not know. I think this is an interesting pick because you got Will Johnson with the connection. You got Omarion Hampton, who plays, frankly, the bully ball that Harbaugh loves. And you got Matthew Golden, who would be a nice addition for the quarterback there, somebody who can stretch the field.
Can I just throw a hypothetical out there? Because the Chargers pick in the second round of 55. You guys can tell me the running back class. Do you wait? Is there a gap between Hampton and kind of the rest of you?
So that's why you have these conversations. You have to know how deep the draft is, and you have to project when there's going to be runs on different positions. So
Bears down, baby. Anybody that comes into the stream, if y'all want to tell me what team y'all go for, let me know. Let me see.
I mean, this is the guy who has Omarion Hampton's guy that has the size, the juice, the power, that really, really speaks. And frankly, he never had a back like that. Harbaugh didn't at Michigan. He never had that type of size, explosiveness. He got it done with Corum and Haskins and guys that, were physical guys that were lunch pail runners. It's a little different when we're talking about Omarion Hampton. This is a guy who, if he gets through, he can take it to the house because he's also fast.
I can't even tell you. I watched a ton of North Carolina games, and I know you did because you used to run that game form. You and I have talked about this on air and off air, just how dangerous he can be. Is there that special trait that you would point to as to why Hampton deserves to be first round running back?
I would say just a physicality, toughness, just a competitive stamina. This is a guy that is a work runner in all day soccer. When you talk to people in Carolina, talk to Neutron, who played for the Chargers, Pro Bowl at the Chargers, he talked about, man, this dude, we didn't give him justice in terms of giving him the ball enough. The more he touches it, the better he gets. To me, that really appeals to Jim Harbaugh and what they're building in LA.
Which is wild. Which that's the case, 'cause I don't
Who's your favorite team? Let me know.
He was carrying the ball. I mean, literally.
You're the only offensive weapon they had. That 1,500-yard seasons. You see the contact balance, you see the balance of body control. And look, I love Ashton Jeanty, but I felt like Amari Hampton was a lot closer to him than farther away from him and the rest of the pack.
Yeah, the only other pushback.
Damn, one of our running backs got taken at 22.
I'll throw on Mike Williams too.
Hampton. So we're going to have to go with Scatterboo. Scatterboo. Scatterboo.
They do have some different directions they can go. That's why I think right now this is a pretty intriguing pick because you have positions
Fucking Harbaugh.
line up with players with talent at those positions. You hate having a position need, and then you have to overreach. We've seen that a couple times in today's draft. But when you look at the needs for the Chargers, it's nice to have priority positions of need where the board just lines up perfectly perfectly for you. And that typically happens later in the first round than earlier in the first round. And you have a little bit more mobility if you want to slide up or down the draft once you get past number 2.
Do you think there was frustration in the Chargers draft from McMullen and Warren get taken off the board?
No, I think because they're so far down the board, they really can't control what's going to happen in front of them. You would love for one of those guys to do it, but at the end of the day, you set your board and the best players that are available at that pick. You feel confident about those guys being really good key contributors for your squad.
Yeah, the last couple of weeks here, it felt like Matthew Golden might be the first wide receiver taken off the board. We've seen now 2 taken ahead of him. We'll find out if that's going to be the pick. It's the Los Angeles Chargers selection.
This already out of the store. Just like a car, bro. They gonna kill me yourself out.
With the 22nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Omarion Hampton.
Omarion Hampton.
North
Fuck.
Carolina.
Exactly how I called it.
I mean, exactly how you call it. I mean, look, he goes from the Carolina Blues to the Powder Blues, and they have to be excited for the Chargers. If you're the Chargers, you have to be excited because now you really get a workhorse run. But not only that, you have an opportunity to put him and Najee Harris in the back end and do a talk about the explosive size, the physicality. He is showing that he can run the contact. He has the balance, the body control, the burst, the finish runs with violence. And then you have documented proof that this guy can get it done. As the league is kind of cycling back, a running league where you run the football and you have multiple backs that can tote the load.
Let's go.
And Najee Harris. So they have to, I like the jersey.
He's a human car crash. When you watch him run, like all gas, no brakes, that phrase was made specifically for Omarion Hampton. When he runs, there are times when he's not even really elusive. He'll give you some early elusiveness, and then he hits the gas, and if you're there, there's going to be a collision. And if you're not there, it's probably best for you that you weren't there. That's how he runs. And he runs like a very, I do worry from a durability standpoint because he took some of the, I don't know that I've ever seen a running back take that many shots. He was flipped over a couple of times. There were times he jumps in the air, tries to jump over people and gets hammered. And it doesn't matter. He doesn't miss games. He has like 5% body fat. He's built like just a machine. And he runs with a tremendous amount of violence and speed. I love watching him. I do wonder if they'll maybe on the next level, you got to learn when you're maybe a lead and not take on quite so much time.
Yeah, he has to do that. He has to learn how to get out of it. Yes, I do. Physical runner. Look, man, you start showing up trades early. You start showing trades. Look, if you put it in the trade, when you're 8 years old, you were doing it.
I appreciate you, A-Train, for being in here. Appreciate you guys being here. Bear down. Yo.
I just want to throw this out there. A couple minutes ago, before the Chargers began right before our NFL insider saying on air that the Chargers were taking some calls from teams that were trying to move into that selection. I don't know what that means. I'm going to put you guys on the spot and speculate. Do you think there was a team that was trying to find one of these quarterbacks?
What are you watching now?
Okay. Do you find this?
That's why it's fast to make sure they keep the guard. I think the Texans are in good shape for potentially Donovan Jackson. Would be interested if the Rams.
They're thinking about trading down.
I've heard Omarion
They're thinking about trading down.
for them. So I don't know. Maybe the Rams looking. You never know. Maybe there's a rush on the board. Could he have been a quarterback? Possibly. I don't think so. There's really no need to jump these other things. It would make sense to trade him.
Yeah. It probably is. It's probably out there.
Sorry. Bear down.
Just once again, just something to keep an eye out for because the Chargers, and you guys see the clock there if you're watching Draft Center, 4:10, 4:09. I happen to know there is right now. We're not going to Green Bay or the Chargers pick 8. They're all the way down to the wire. So it tells me maybe we see that again with Green Bay. Bucky, you had on your latest mock for the Green Bay Packers Jim Johnson as the selection here for them.
He'd be a great pick for them because he's a C-ball football defender. I mean, he is terrific playing golf, reading quarterbacks, shooting quarterbacks, reading routes, second routes, and doing things. Jeff has everything they got. They want to bring pressure, but they want to make
Sounds like they made a pick.
To me, he's a nice fit there. But without that time, I just know how the running back is traditionally operates. It's hard to take away.
Yeah.
That's off the top. And they like guys that-
Look at how packed it is.
We gotta give a certain mark, I think, for the most part. That's
Where?
the concern.
That's in Green Bay.
Johnson could be
For
in for a
what?
long slide right now.
The draft.
And there's, questions about money. People don't have a 40-time.
No wonder. My favorite bed and breakfast is in Green Bay, so it's crazy. She tells me she's like draft day and like almost any super big game on any big team, we're busy as fuck. And I was like, that's awesome though. Around the corner is this really good spot. It has burgers and cheese curds and they make their own soda. Have you ever gone to a place where they make their own soda?
I never went to Green Bay. You said over there?
In general, a place that makes their own soda.
I don't think so. Hell no. Chicago, everybody don't make their own soda. They grab some fucking bag liquid pop and just pour it in a fucking vending machine or put it in the machine and there it is. Syrup pop. You got syrup pop.
Speedster. You don't know what's going to go on with Jair Alexander. Corey would make a lot of sense.
Just about to bring up the Alexander. We've heard some buzz, and maybe not long for Green Bay. Obviously, need to find out if that's the case. Plus, I thought that was going to do this mock draft live. You would slide corners there and reference that being potentially the reason why they don't know which direction they go. We got about 30 or so before we actually go and find out. But there was Drew McKinney, another guy that Giants, of course, probably not thrilled that they let him go as well as how productive he was. But once again, we had to hypothesize here. He's still corner for you.
I think so. I think Jerry Alexander's conversation.
They had one where the dog was like this, and then later it's
and the losses. So they can find a corner that fit what they want to do. I absolutely agree with you that you make them.
Looking up that, just was able to go through and research package very quickly. Packers having drafted a wide receiver in the first round since Javon Walton.
Yeah. Not what he's done. Look at this guy. It's not what he's done. Like, there's a thing. Walk into this say, hey, we're not taking wide receivers early. It's the collective. Development. Second, third round is always.
Were you in the building?
Just wanted to know if you had that up.
So you were in the building with Ron Wolf, right?
Yeah.
What was that conversation?
Well, I mean, they've always felt like they could develop those guys. If you have an elite level quarterback, or elite level quarterback, and that was going to the playmakers on the outside. They had so much success in the second round. I go all the way back to Robert Brooks. And so you're free to back to like James Jones instead of in the round. Everything else and on and on and on. They didn't find those guys. And we just continue finding guys in the second and third round. Sure. You know what you're doing. You know what you're looking for. You know why he's calling a lot.
So you would not think wide receiver just based on everything.
Well, history says that. This guy,
There's questions here about the second round. Maybe the whole stage.
Please let it be one. No, I think it's Matt Harrison.
In the interest, they had a market.
Okay, Green Bay, it's your time. To make this historic pick, please give it up for first team All-Pro, Pro Bowler, two-time Super Bowl champions, and Packers President and CEO, Mark Murphy.
Thank you, Roger. draft in April, May for the best draft in the history of the NFL. Right here.
You bought the red one. It's a backboard.
On behalf of the Packer fans here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and everywhere, because our fans are everywhere. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the NFL Draft at Lambeau Field.
Oh, it's part of that, like,
It is our honor and privilege. It's wonderful that
the banner.
particularly since we are the only community team in the NFL.
Oh, wide receiver. Yeah, they need a wide receiver. That's funny.
Just out of curiosity, how many of you are owners? We also have the best owners in the NFL.
I thought it was yours.
We also have special fans dates back to the early days of professional football.
It was for a reason.
With the 2025 NFL Draft,
Oh,
the
yeah.
13-time world champion, Green Bay
Also, the
Packers,
raw one. Someone let that raw one in there.
for the first time since 2002, draft a wide receiver.
That one's over here.
Matthew Golden, wide receiver.
It's like in the all the other areas. You put all the bright, you put everything down there.
You know, I think when you give as much money to your quarterback as you give them business, you give that much money
Come in.
Now, if they Aaron Rodgers with Brett Favre, they can elevate the Robert Brooks. They can elevate first one. But now when you think about Lamar Jackson,
You know how much of a Bears fan I am? Bear sandals. Bear down. Want to know more about me being a Bears fan? Bears portable charger. Bear down. So I appreciate anybody and everybody that's being in here, the people that come in randomly. We're doing our thing. The Vikings are picking right now.
There is certain guys who are on the come up, and I think that's what Matthew Golden is. He's I do think he's more of a wide receiver two. As Bucky mentioned, I don't think there's a true wide receiver one in this draft. But Golden is one of those guys that he's only hit the ground running. He's going to hit the ground running. Here goes we say like in Green Bay. Oh yeah. They've always kind of been more about the collective than what they can have in any given guy. Even when Devontae
Oh, Green Bay though. FGB in the chat.
He'll come in as number one, but they won't hand him the wide receiver one. Well, he's going to have to earn and be a playmaker. I think he said he will succeed in that.
Yeah, I think both you guys touched on something. I had a conversation with Jake Carr at the end of the regular season. We were talking about Green Bay, and I said, what's that thing
FGB
that could help with Jordan Love? And I think it speaks to what both you guys touched on. Downfield, playmaker, explosive guy. He said, I don't know if they have that right now. And to get his future, like, this is a good thing.
Caleb. Chaos is all up on you.
me see who I had for that.
Mona.
I don't remember. I don't feel comfortable.
Mona,
My compliment
relax.
was Chris Olave. Yeah, that's the first
Chris
thing.
Olave.
Smooth ball skills. Chris Olave really got something. It's really hard to find a student who could also have stuff for quickness and smooth
Chris
ball running.
Olave.
Separating him from most guys in the classes. He has. It is uncommon that you have the burst that you really run the entire run.
All right, more on Minnesota here in just a moment. But let's take it back to Green Bay. Matthew Golden, kind of cool, hosted Green Bay Packers. They got a new wide receiver.
Green Bay, it's time, baby. Hey, I'm finna bring that energy, man. I'm glad to be here. It's a blessing. Green Bay on 3. Hey, let me get
Green Bay.
1, 2, 3.
FGB. Fuck Green Bay. Fuck Green Bay. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, if he's gonna do that, like he has to know home city, he has to know how to get down.
All right, we'll take it back to Green Bay in just a moment here. Just want to throw this out there. Ian Rappaport is reporting that the Eagles, not a surprise here, however, these working the phones, but working the phones, trying to figure this up. So there might be a player which
Look at this. All wet. Stop.
Eagles are turning. Trust me, I want to ask you about the quarterbacks until we get one drafted. Let's get you back to Green Bay here with a Minnesota Vikings team that made some huge jumps through last season. The quarterback is going to be J.J. McCarthy on the show.
With the 24th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Donovan Jackson, guard, Ohio State.
A guard. A guard from Minnesota that's good. Get it out of the way so the Bears can go up there.
No, I like it a lot. I think he's a really good guard. He played good tackle when Josh Jacobs got hurt and the backup tackle got hurt. He switched from left guard to left tackle and held up very, very well. This is a heartbreaker because this is a good football player.
Yeah, I think.
And I like what Minnesota did. The Giants have the ability to really help with zone scheme. They run zone scheme. He's very good at getting the backside cutoffs. He can get in space and make blocks. I think he has the size and strength to be more down.
Guard. Hold on.
That's not really
Yeah.
He's got that
Donovan Jackson from Ohio State.
He's going to be a better tackle than this. So this is really and the Giants. It was going to be a race between the Giants and the Saints potentially. And we may have our second quarter. Finally, for you, we get a quarterback potentially coming out. I just happened to see it. We flashed it very quickly. That's on a phone. Look, that could have been a great answer. I'm just saying.
We tipped the pig.
Tell him it's flying is kind of a thing I do. Who are you?
Now they're gonna pick someone else. They're gonna go either running back or.
Tell me that you didn't kill it. You know
Game on Charlie Care.
There's some feelings you can get with any sports. No. Which one is it? But the feeling that no matter what.
What?
A sportsman born and raised. They know how to treat you right. You talking to Jerry Fox?
BetMGM.
Putting people first. It's always been a thing. That's why Hyundai is committed to keeping our prices the same with no increase to MSRP.
And not just on a few of our vehicles, all of them. That's what they would.
When you buy a $300 chef-worthy Dutch oven at Summer Red for $60, you're not just buying a $300 chef-worthy Dutch oven at Summer Red for $60. You're buying the $300 silent approval from your long-term boyfriend's overbearing mother for $60.
Talk about that package nugget. I can't believe how good they are. Taco Bell.
Hold on, Mama. I'll take you a little bit. Do you know whose voice is that? That's the white guy from the from Chicago. Hey, get off! Get off! Yeah, stay off. Yes, you guys stay off. Oh, yep. Stay off.
He's obviously working phones and the speculation. Let it just roll here. Got it back. Already talking about this team was going
Down. Down. Stop. 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 Stop.
What's the pick that makes the most sense given the state of
No begging either, Chaos. No begging, Chaos. You guys move. She's gonna move back and hurt you guys because y'all too close to the chair.
Jackson Dart, or a wild card like Tyler Shuck, I guess it could have been another quarterback like that. But I think Dart is the guy I've heard that the Giants really liked. Brian Daboll likes Dart, so this is not a huge shocker to me. It was a matter of which team would get up there first to really like whatever quarterback they know.
what are the traits that fit for either one of these guys? Sanders or
New York, they pick who? They're gonna need a quarterback. Who they get? Okay. Come on. They got Russell, Jameson. Who else they gonna get as a quarterback? You got two quarterbacks that are okay. You're gonna pick another one? Maybe. I'll just keep messing with the ones that you got right now, and then maybe next year draft a quarterback. Just get more of the needs for defense. That's just me. That's for me talking for the Giants. They're really doing another pick. Let's see who they pick. Let's see. Go Bears.
With the 25th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Jackson Dart, quarterback.
Jackson Dart, quarterback, Mississippi. Huh? I think so. Hey, so you think they're gonna have Dart starting or what?
It wasn't necessarily about his physical gifts. The Sanders are limited. I would probably use maybe one that's not so big, but he's got that. He can fire. Dart's got a whole lot of
Probably just like, because this one's got what, 1, 2 more years?
It's a big arm talent, and it's the big play punting. This big goes from big play. He goes from the jungle, and if you're a quarterback,
I think of you. I ain't thinking of what we gonna do tonight. Yeah.
which once had remember, Joe Shane and Brian Kimball saw what Josh Allen was able to do in Buffalo. That's why they made it go for Jackson Dart over the Lieutenants and some of the other guys.
Jackson Dart. Oh, yep. Okay. 3 minutes. Está bien. Yo. You said what?
Jackson got one concern
for Modelo?
He's got a really good he does not have a natural arm. He can be really consistent when it comes to going through anticipation, getting through reads. I think this offense really simplifies life for the quarterback. It makes it easier. These are all things that these daily talks when I'm watching tape, I'm like, how does this project? How does this all thing project the approach? And I really struggle with it. Now, what I like about it is very tough. I think he has a lot of natural confidence. He's trying to run good leadership. But he's a very confident quarterback. When he has to dial up the throws, we saw this in combine. He really has to pull a lot into his throws when he wants to drive it. But he doesn't lose his accuracy. And sometimes a lot of players will. He's got a little bit lazy on him. But he throws tough on angles, but he referenced that with the Josh Allen style. So there's things to really like it.
Modelo.
I think you see that one, it's just not a natural.
Drink responsibly.
An offense that allows him to play action, take the shots down the field off of play action. And then play some ball control. And I don't know if that's kind of Dayball's MO or not. I think he needs ball control and play action shots down the field. I don't think that you want to explore the second and third level just with on team. I don't think that's what it is.
Want this right quick? Huh? Yeah, I took him. I gotta take him out of the gun. Where's your other diaper? You guys wet it?
No, that one is washed.
The black one. You just gotta let it dry?
Yeah.
No, go take it to the dryer.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing to dry, put in the dryer. That's gonna dry back.
Only thing.
How long is so? I mean, that's stainless. Hey, bitch.
Okay, so we had waited for a trade to happen. We got one, and now we have a second in the Giants, and now we have a third in the first round. Like, and a first rounder next year. Rams pick at 26 here and 101.
6. Okay, 46 and 101. Then the Falcons just went up. Who the Falcons just picked?
All this shit, garbage.
Los Angeles Rams traded 26 pick to the Atlanta Falcons. With the 26th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons selected James Pierce Jr., defensive end, Tennessee.
Damn, they're working on defense. You heard? Since they lost this week, they're working on the defense. Okay. They snapped. Atlanta's getting their picks back from the Bears from giving us the Gary.
Can I take Dina out?
Huh?
Can I take
You said what? You gonna take Iguana?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I mean, I'll take the other ones out in a little bit.
What are you gonna do with more time on your hands?
They're the ones that can wait longer. I don't think she can.
More access. Answer my question. You have to ask that about every single player that you draft. And James Pierce, that's the concern right now. Football, not the concern. James Pierce, a player rusher, get up the field.
Stay. You can't come up here right now.
Because we can tell you, Atlanta Falcons are a better team now because of the Giants.
Okay, hold on. Just hold on. No jumping. I'm not playing. No jumping. Relax.
Come on, bro. Get away from it all.
Yeah, stay. 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 The other one. The other one, Mama. What's wrong with you, man?
This Mother's Day, luxury is how mom defines it. Of course, you might define it a few ways. Celebrate mom luxuriously with the perfect gift this Mother's Day. Only at Jared Jewelers. Versace, bright crystal. At Macy's, the fragrance.
Versace.
As prospectors, we know ourselves a move. So any Xfinity Wi-Fi started moving, we rushed in. Lumen Wi-Fi deserves a Lumen phone from Xfinity Mobile. And you can upgrade right here. Where's my phone? Or just
Upgrade your phone up to 2 times a year with a guaranteed new pricing scour. Only if you pay unlimited from Xfinity Mobile.
Applebee's 2 for $25. Choose 1 appetizer and 2 sizzling skillet entrees, including the new hot honey chicken skillet or sizzling steak entrees. Applebee's 2 for $25 with new sizzling skillet.
Denver or Baltimore. Let's see what they pick. They don't need no running back.
Time to get fired up, though. I'm trying to figure out what this just joining us. The Giants and Falcons trading back into the first round with the last 2 picks. The Giants taking quarterback Jackson Dart, the Falcons, James Pierce, the defensive end out of Tennessee. Baltimore Ravens.
A couple different big needs I want to bring up. Safety. So they need once the Kyle Hamilton to come forward. That could be Nick Emmanuel, or that could be Malachi Starks. An interesting one, though. I remember watching Chuck Smith, pass rush guru who works with the Ravens now. I was watching him, and I was listening to him talk about Nick Sporton from Texas A&M. Now, everyone's got him in the 7th round, but there was something you could tell that Chuck Smith, he liked him. And I said, you like him? He goes, oh, yeah, he's got some moves. He's a natural rusher. Donovan Izurwaku, the pass rusher from Boston College, they need rush also. So these are some positions that you could be looking at right now for the I think it's going to be on the defensive side of the ball. But Travion Henderson, Bucky brought him up earlier. That's an explosive back. And you're talking
Travion Henderson.
The Ravens, how that would have been interesting.
Zay Flowers. What else they got?
And so that's the thing. So when you talk about pass rush and all those things, like where do they go? Do they kind of stop at some of the needs to go to a great player? And I have my best available on the board. He's here as Mike Green's also on the show. Yeah, I would be with him. I'll be Newsom. Told me all the time. One thing that translates to success in national football is sack production. It translates. Years ago, they got Terrell Suggs. He run great this next year. Yeah, he had 44 sacks at Arizona State. And he became a Hall of Fame caliber player. Everybody Green gives you the sack production that he desperately needs.
Looking at some of these numbers here, I've said it so many darn times, 17 sacks, 11 country. 24 tackles for loss.
Got my NBA shorts on. NBA. Because the playoffs are still going for NBA. Let's see who they pick.
With the 27th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Malachi Starks, defensive back, Georgia.
Defensive back, Georgia. Stark. Yep. Safety from Stark. Yep.
Just because, I mean, that's kind of the chalk here, at least for me in the mock. It was two teams, the Vikings and the Ravens, who really need safety.
Dark.
When you think about what the Ravens are trying to do,
Stark.
Malachi Starks really fits.
Malachi Stark.
SEC background.
Georgia, he's gonna fit. He's gonna fit good over there in Baltimore.
But he can also play on the back end. He's interchangeable.
He's actually gonna be impeccable.
You know, he can play down or he can play.
I was wishing we got him somewhere around a little bit later, but since someone actually got him already, gonna have to look somewhere else.
You see a lot of him playing in the slot, shift you around. And you see right here, good ball skills, that ability is certainly there. He is a really good run defensive tackle. Get downhill and make tough tackles in space.
Let's go. Stark is pretty good.
That's where he got to play.
And he got number 24. Nice number. Green Bay and the fucking Bears signed right next to each other. Rivalry. Chivalry. Dead. Bam.
One thing about the football, they love football players. And when they say that that's a high football player, say he's a football player. Yes, this is a guy. I first player. He is about his first play in the back here. And I just had to say, Malachi Stark and Carol Hamilton just joined. All of this to make a pre-snap disguises and making so many plays. And when we went through the process, the reason he was dropped a little bit when it came to Nick and Morgan is because he was a better athlete. But make no mistake, Stark was a high-level player. Not just for a second, but through these years, he showed up early on.
And a really remarkable story, because you guys are talking about the athletic nature. 5-star kids coming out of high school, right? This is the number one athlete in the country. And kind of a tough upbringing that starts with homeless when Malachi was in 3rd through 6th grade, and yet still figured out some ways to be productive here and some of the way obviously he was able to play at Georgia. In fact, his first career start, think about Bo Nix. I mean, this is a guy that really brings some sense to the table. And once again, it does feel like a really good fit
Yes.
for the Ravens.
You know,
Sit down, I got you.
Sometimes they can be played up a little too much on TV, things like that. But I can tell you that NFL teams, they don't mind when we have adversity in life and we can overcome it because it shows that a guy like Malachi, what's happening on the football field is not the end of the world for him. He's going to be able to get it difficult times.
No begging. Come on, sit down.
To get through that. That's why it's important when the scouts start looking into the backgrounds of players and they find some difficult times and they find the player who's those to overcome adversity.
Go.
It's not everybody's tested, and you don't know how you're going to do your testing.
Stop.
There's plenty of drafted players who come in and have to face a lot of adversity. And there's football adversity, personal adversity.
Hold on a
That
moment.
starts to see both, and he's come out on the other side with flying colors. It's one of the reasons why I think he makes
Dana,
a lot of
stop.
sense to the Ravens, because
Don't jump in on the couch.
mental toughness is dialed for the Ravens and the
Chaos.
You know, Buck, you did this as a scout, and I know
Let
you
it be,
know
shouldn't be
pretty
our
much everyone
stupid.
in the NFL. I'm thinking about the end of this first round. Baltimore Ravens now the Detroit Lions on the clock. Two teams
Hold on,
on the
Mona.
short list. I feel like the last couple seasons.
Dina,
to get to a
no.
Super Bowl,
Don't get on the couch.
In terms of how good they're
Sorry.
as anyone in the league. How does that change if you're in the front office? How do you handle the first round when you know you're so close? How do you balance long-term versus the ability
Stop.
for an NFL team to have fun?
Chaos. Stop. Get off. Not gonna listen? Then you better stop.
It's one of the things that organizations always talk about. You can never have too many good players. If you have a surplus, you have to trade off things to get some of these needs addressed. Brad Holmes,
Yeah, they look like there's everybody's out of the circle, but these guys are in the middle. Why y'all hiding? Get in the screen. Like, show yourself. Lions Swedish draft. See now?
Which actually makes a whole lot of sense.
Mona, no begging.
There was a lack of production.
Come here, Cass.
Is
Watch
it
out.
clear for you, Bucky? That's just telling me it's my green.
I like it, man.
Let's take that green and find out exactly what the Detroit Lions are going to take. It's very significant changes for that organization.
Tina, relax. Go. That way. You're not jumping on the couch. Come on. Get the water.
2025 NFL Draft. The Detroit Lions select Tyreek Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State.
I got it. That's a little surprised everyone not as much.
I'm a little, but not really, because when I was on mock drafts, I like reading local writers and local fans, sites, and things, so they get a pretty good feel for position. And defensive tackle is definitely a huge position. They need a rusher opposite, and Mike Ridley just fall out of it first. I mean, there may be some teams that just aren't okay with him. He's going to follow him first. So take the rush away. The next thing they really needed was an offensive tackle. And the defensive tackles in that first round range for me was off the board. Tyreek Williams was one of those names that kind of popped up because, if you want one, he's going to go early in the second. If you don't take him first, they call him Bills. You need a
Stay.
show this block tackle too. So you kind of have to get it. You can't wait, or they're going to get you. If you try to trade out, the Bills are going to take that.
And boy, I had 11 and a half sacks at that position. That brings you 35. I mean, come on now, what we talking about? We're talking about someone in this game that can hold his own. And remember, they won't get a lead. So we have Bill back, Hutchinson. This defensive line is a lot different. Just because
A couple seasons ago, I watched the Philadelphia Eagles make this epic run and don't get to his Super Bowl success.
Tina, get the fuck off.
He stepped back for that organization.
Get off. Stay off. Stop.
See you later.
A year ago at this time, the Washington Commanders, your Yankees as a franchise changed because of their quarterback, David Daniels. Their move and their decisions next on Draft Center.
You better calm your butt down. Gotta put your diaper on a little bit. I throw this shit in the wash, dryer actually. I might throw this shit in the dryer. But I'm gonna put your bag.
The feeling that no matter what, you're taken care of. Oh, I just heard the hotel speak. Yeah. You don't get that hit. It's Sportsbook, Point, and Vegas. They know how to treat you right. We talking to Jerry Fox?
Bonus bets, exclusive offers, real world rewards. BetMGM. Download that.
Putting people first. It's always been a thing. That's why Hyundai is committed to keeping our prices the same as building praise to MSRP. And not just on a few of our vehicles. All of them. That's the Hyundai way.
Soft, buttery flavored pretzel crusties back at Little Caesars. And cake cookies make us fans and been saying things like, I find my own family over pretzel crust pizza. Ice cold. I filed bankruptcy for pretzel crust. Easy jam. That delicious cheddar cheese sauce altered my brain chemistry. One bite is all it takes, buddy. Cool your jets, guys. Pretzel crust is back for $6.99 only at Little Caesars. Pizza, pizza.
I don't remind you of anything from Madagascar?
This Mother's Day, luxury is how mom defines it. Of course, you might define it a few ways. Celebrate mom luxuriously with the perfect gift this Mother's Day. Only at Jared Jewelers. He's the perfect fit of all these things to have it all. His neighborhood may look a little different, but it's just like any old community. You know, hosting parents, showing off your toys, and having a place to store it.
They traded people thing? No, they just got.
So basically, I helps you find exactly what you're looking for. Download the Red Fit app to find your perfect home today. And watch your friends and neighbors now streaming on Apple TV Plus.
Certainly happy to have you on his roster. You think about the 16 to get some help. The longest defensive tackle on the defensive side. Looks good, man. Colts Nation should be picked up and excited taking Tyler Warren, tight end out of Penn State. Right hands on both of you guys. I'm certainly a huge fan of what he brings to the table. Meanwhile, Washington Commanders, they should be happy, especially if they're ahead of schedule, right? I mean, a year ago at this time, okay, they're going to be. When he comes in, Jake Daniels gets drafted. Now all of a sudden we're talking about them
Deebo Samuel, Jeremy Tunsil, big upgrades at huge positions of need. You know what would be a lot of fun it'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if he's going to, but it'd be a lot of fun.
That's called the shot to find out what the Washington Commanders are going to do is take it back to Green Bay.
With the 29th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, Washington Commanders select Josh Conway Jr., tackle, Oregon.
Oh shit, they got a tackle.
You know, he's got more than our draft live. He's kept popping up in this area. That's a candidate tackle.
Yeah, I like him. You know, it's interesting. I'm looking at Jeremy Tunsil's contract because when you draft sometimes you gotta look a little deeper. Jeremy Tunsil's contract is up after this next year. Now you can't just sit there and let Tunsil have all the leverage. You gotta have somebody who can play some left tackle in case they work out. If not, he can get it right guard, he can get it right tackle. But Josh Conway needs a year. He's still about a year away. He's got a lot of ability, has really flashes at times. But I think he's going to get stronger so that he doesn't get bull rushed into the pocket. So strength is something he needs to continue to develop. And he just needs more time. He just needs more reps. He's not a now player, I don't think. But he's a player that's going to pay dividends down the line for a team that is not building for a small window. They're building for a sustained window. I mean, that's the thing with the long term.
They just showed that one. What the fuck? My friend. Oh, this time they showed the finishing outcome. Ooh.
So this is not a healthy season, and let's continue to build towards getting to a Super Bowl. Quite frankly,
You know, we're talking about the running back in Maybe. They put the young guy out there running back. Get over there, get him in there, do a little stand. Catch the ball out the back. I mean, they're good a lot. Maybe there's some tricks and play when we get them on the field as an additional and extra time.
Let that one sit. If you can see the Washington Commanders faithful,
You're been to the draft at all? I've been usually like I've been to New York when 14 with Johnny Manziel got drafted. That was a Jadeveon Clowney draft. It's like a convergence of all of the biggest super fans. Like you ever seen the movie The Warriors? This is the tip. Like where everyone converges. That's really but I'm trying to think of another one where people they all and it's good vibes. Like there's no fan violence or anything like that. It's actually really good. It's a lot of fun.
I've been chained to a desk. My careers, I haven't even to check selection show. By the way, we got that news when I will put it in our calendars.
Got Buffalo up right now. Buffalo at 30. Be good, do good, bless, God bless, and go Bills. Josh Allen. Be good, do good, God bless, and go Bills. It's funny for putting that quote up there. Everybody's going to be holding that.
I haven't figured out a way to pull off the move just yet, but the Bills are on the clock. Take me through what selection and what player they should do with this selection.
You know, it's funny, man. If you do Lansing's list.
Oh, they already got their pick ready. I think they're going to get an extra either defensive guy or they might take a running back, but I don't know. They got, what's his name? James, he just had his name up here. They're going to need a defensive guy because Von Miller is, I think, gone. They might even go for Mike Green. So there's Sanders is still out there, quarterback.
But he's a good player, two good quarterbacks still on the board.
I am looking at it right now, and I know he's a fan of Harrison, who does have in this position. I also think about this team is right, knocking on the door every single year. Secondary help does feel like
there was a running back.
Yeah, James Cook. There he is. James Cook. Him with someone else is going to be amazing. So if they go for a running back right now, I'm going to be upset. Good girl. Good girl. Damn, this is nice. Un otro. I like his shoes. Nice.
The NFL is stepping up to have an even greater impact as a wishmaker. For the second time tonight, we have the opportunity to grant a wish for a deserving young man as the first pick for his favorite team.
Tommy. I'll give him a round of applause for that guy.
Tommy is a 16-year-old living with a neuromuscular disorder. He's a huge Buffalo Bills fan, and he's here with me to make the announcement for the beloved Bills.
With the 30th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Maxwell Harrison. Let's go! Let's go.
Maxwell Harrison. Maxwell Harrison, Kentucky, CB to Buffalo.
Find a young quarterback that can certainly help in the cause, especially when you think about some of the firepower on your path.
Slow outside corner, got long arms, got tremendous speed. Pedal change direction, very really ideas route combinations as well. Had a nice senior ball as well as I stood out about his first to move up the board, but really tested extremely well. High, almost 40-inch vertical, long broad jump. And then the closest speed, anytime, defensive backs coaches, I would say this, they love pickup speed. They love guys that can cover ground if they get beat with pickup speed. Now you have long
Buffalo snapping.
It's tough to.
You gotta watch out with their defense now.
Man, we talking about. I was so great eyes, visited great quick. Sean Jones, likes to play. I love the fact that right back there. This dude is fast and explosive. He is nice. Increase his shoulder, really solid player. The thing about Safety guys is like this. Self-his team first program where you don't see a lot of teams doing a lot of stuff. Three interceptions for touchdowns in his career also is kind of an important stat because when he makes that play, that's one thing. You flip it and turn it into 6. It's major.
Fourth straight year, the team's the rating MVP selected in the first round.
That's an interesting stat.
I'm just looking at the numbers here.
So those guys are wearing suits just to watch the game. Just drop it on the floor. Because I don't want her hitting the plate. More food for me! And the cats gonna run down there. And you're gonna see a pig out, and Dana's gonna come over, and then there's gonna be a fight out, all crazy. Hey, yeah, that's it. Go, move. You being under her makes it more weird. Come on, out, move. Good girl. She's just under you, like drop some, please. Just drop it. She's like, I know you. I know everybody drops food. In the chat, if you think dogs just wait for you to drop food, is it true or is it false? I know there's nobody in the chat, but still. I'm just talking to whoever watched this later. Yeah, of course. I just close this. I was trying to close it, but it's not working for me. I got it.
Mother's Day is how mom defines it. Of course, you like to find it a few ways. Celebrate mom with
Dad, I did it.
this Mother's Day.
That's funny as hell. See how I said I'm a Blackhawks fan and a Chicago Wolves. I haven't been to a Chicago Wolves game though, not gonna lie. But I get those cups from wrestling events, so if that's all they got, I'll take it. But I really wish they got wrestling cups again. I'm a big wrestling fan too, so y'all know that.
RKO.
Dina loves the RKO. She RKOs everybody. She'll run up to you. RKO. Mona, you ate their food too. Stop. Join now for $15. Or get a second membership too. Nope. No. Yeah, wait until you get your diaper out.
Allergies got you. Trying every trick. Grab Zyrtec for total relief. It works fast and lasts a full 24 hours. What are you waiting for? Go and seize the day with Zyrtec.
Bear down, y'all. Bear down. Hunter number 1.
We did. To be clear, you said this. It's football. Yes.
So they get like 1, 2, you 30.
Let's see if you turn the light on. So
I can turn this one off and put the other one on.
Yeah.
She said the bumble clot's coming, and she said bumble clotting around. You bumble clot, a bumble clot. You look like a bumble clot clown. The Eagles are up. The Super Bowl champions are up. Who do they pick?
And I think it's a power move. He's the energizer. That's a power move by the Packers to say, look, I know we haven't drafted a lot of wide receivers in the first round in the past, not since 2002. But our power move is, you know what, we're going to put that aside. We're going to break our tendency, and we're going to draft the wide receiver. That's power. Get in the house. That's like we're playing fantasy. Make this fantasy shows. I'll take FGB. Playmaker wide receiver that can make it happen as the wide receiver 3 to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Baker Mayfield has been putting up crazy numbers, and those numbers can go even crazier.
He's the guy from Tampa Bay.
We weren't sure where he was going to land. I mean, we watched the college football playoff and it felt like the conversation was, hey, this is a first round talent during the last couple of weeks. So we're definitely sure that he has fringe first rounder squarely in round number 1. I told you a few minutes ago, yes, the Philadelphia Eagles, their general manager, Howard Roseman, likes a guy, likes enough to move up a spot. They drew that with the
I'm like 2-time. Yeah, you ain't gonna win 2 times. I don't know about that. Cause the Bears are coming. The Bears are coming. Oh, crazy now. That's how excited I am for the Bears. They did last year too, but this year even more. We got a tight end though. We got to see if we can get a running back right here. Cause that's what we need, man.
The Kansas City Chiefs have traded the 31st pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 31st pick of the 2025 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jahad Campbell, linebacker, Alabama.
Jahad Campbell.
Well, I was actually a little surprised because they brought back they paid Zach Bond.
Green is still out there.
Zach Bond, frankly, when he came out of college, he was a linebacker who rushed, and he was a better rusher than he was a linebacker. And he kind of just floated around in New Orleans, didn't really find his footing until, as a rusher, until they put him back in linebacker. And that's where he found his footing. Chad Campbell, I think, still in business. They have him at linebacker right now.
Where's my boy Scatterboom? Is he gone already? I didn't see.
He's very, very rangy, but he also has a lot of rush. You're going to see that at some point here. It's an explosive gear right here. Not only is it chasing sideline to sideline, it's getting downhill after running backs. And then the sub-package rushing. He's still got to learn some rush moves, but he's got this natural ability to corner, turn quick around the edge. He can beat gap, make gap, bring him off the edge. So one of the areas Chad Campbell is very good coverage. He's a very good rusher, and he's still learning to be instinctive as a linebacker. You look at who they have right now, Philadelphia, there's no rush. You get a bring him off at a decent pace.
32, 63, 66, 95, 133, one. Whoa, they got all those picks?
Just think about what they're doing on defense. They already
The Chiefs are next, so the Chiefs moved down one. And what else did they get? They had to get something else because they moved down one.
From a strategy perspective, you just take me inside of the front office. You don't want to spot felt like Kansas City was going to take it. Felt like another team likes it enough to move forward.
Let's go. Let's go.
I just watched the Houston Texans get their offensive guard waiting for pulled out the money on one pick before, and then they just traded completely out. So you hate to have that happen. You hate for the Kansas City Chiefs. What you really hate is for the Chiefs to take a trade call from another team. It's not about the Chiefs. Take another trade call from another team. When he's a linebacker, I don't know, take a big move up in a position like that. So there's some teams that need linebackers. They could use a linebacker. You just don't want to take the Chiefs.
That was some Rams trade out.
Rams trade out?
Here's the best selection. Rams just made a reference to it. You missed that pick at 24. The Minnesota Vikings drafted Donovan Jackson, who's a guy that we thought because the Texans might have been interested in. And once that happened, pick up the ball. Giants move into the first round and trade Jackson Dart, 25th overall. Kansas City Chiefs, here we go. 32nd overall pick, guys. You tell me, you look at this squad, it feels like it could go in some different directions. We talked about more depth in that wide receiver room. I'll also have talked about some of the issues that they've had. I don't want to say issues on the defensive side because it's really just carrying it, but adding more depth on that side of the ball. Offensive line certainly comes to mind. What's the pick that he's doing? More name recognition maybe in that backfield. I think you're right in terms of production and what it could be. Really interesting. I think when I was going to NFL.com and I look at a lot of these mock drafts, it's been offensive line, it's been defensive line. Lance, is there a player that you like here for them?
Well, I guess because we have so much firepower now. The Bills, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Texans could become the Chargers just got better today. So yeah, having another player to take a little bit. I take it a surprise with Mason Taylor. So Mason Taylor, I think, fit a little bit for Travis Kelce would be a really big team.
Surprise or shock? Here's the answer.
32nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, tackle, Ohio State.
Josh Simmons, that's me. No, I'm just kidding.
My Lord, the Knox had this one on it.
That was nice.
I just forgot about Josh Simmons, so I had my mock drafts for the last whatever.
Yeah, that's someone I see them picking up. That was a smart one.
There is whispers that maybe, this kid's got to mature, whatever the case may be. I can tell you this. When you watch Mark Tate, he's the most talented the most purely gifted tackle in the draft. He's got a great right side. He's got the long arms. His holes, with all the other tackles, have some holes. Josh Simmons doesn't really have a lot of arms. He's got smooth passing. He's got long arms. He's extremely athletic. He's got the body type. This is Kansas City getting a discount on a top 10 caliber. Is what it is. But it comes with some, it comes with some risk. It comes with some risk.
Feels like a big swing, but at the same time, maybe the Kansas City Chiefs feel like they can do that just based off of their history. Having 5.
You know, the good news about hockey right now
I just have seen some of the scenes from Green Bay. There's lining that like that's not one of those moral aspects. But the fans,
Yes and no under us. He's clearly worthy
and one
of their accolades, though, and the second delegation.
the franchise.
Because it's one of those things, too. It's like, even though you have basically, you know, we go with, like, PRs, 2025, teams balance risk and reward more than ever. They felt fairly comfortable in the second round. And think about it, like that's me, you know.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is fun. This was fun. And I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. Peace. Bears down.